Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to explain to you guys how you can find higher time frame liquidity, and that will essentially be your TP levels as well. So you can use key levels as TPs and also these levels together, right? You want to have multiple ways of finding liquidity because not always you're going to be trading within range, right? Within your key levels range, right? So sometimes you'll be trading outside the levels, below those levels, so you want to be able to understand how to mark that lower time for liquidity and the higher time for liquidity as well. So I'm going to explain that in this video. So I'll be honest guys, this is probably the top three most important videos you can watch in your trading, in my opinion, just because like like if you understand how to mark your take profit levels, then you can really maximize your gains in your options contracts, right? Like there's a very big like guys, there's a very big gap between experienced trader and a beginner trader, right? And there's a big gap in how they kind of hold their contracts as much as possible to those TP levels. So if you are able to mark those levels and find out what levels are good and what works, then you will literally be above everyone else. Like I'm telling you, after you watch this video, you're gonna be better than 99% of traders, and I'm not even joking, by the way. Like it's that insane. That's how much, that's how like uneducated majority of traders are. Like it's okay. Let's just get to the video. Like it's just insane. Like guys, I'm telling you, watch this video and then back test and see. Just see for yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Right. So what do we want to see? So there are two scenarios you want to see. Right. You want to play to the upside or to the downside. Right. You want to play calls or puts. So when we're trying to find liquidity to the downside, we always look for red candles, right? We always look for red candles on the hourly chart, but more specifically, the bottom wick of these red candles. And when we're aiming for the upside, we want to look for green candles, but more specifically, the top of the wick of these green candles. So again, for the bottom, for the short side, bottom of the red candles, upside, top of the green candles. Very simple. So let's say, for example, we go on the 1 minute time frame on Tesla and we want to take a trade to the downside below its pre-market low area, right? We want to take shorts below its pre-market low, but we have no nearby key levels anymore, right? Like all the levels are now gone, right? We have normal levels to kind of understand where the liquidity wants to go, so where price wants to go. So what do we do now? So again, we want to go on the 1 hour chart, and then we want to find. Let me delete this. We want to find our nearest red bearish candle, right, and the bottom wick of that. So where is that? So we go back here and we see we have two wicks right here. So we have one right here, which I'll mark out, and then one right here, which I'll mark out. And I'll also mark out a third one as well. So let's find a third one. So we marked out one because, as I said earlier, we marked out two. And then where's the third one? Marked out three. So let me preface this by saying I don't really use the pre-market or the post-market as well. I really only use a day, the intraday levels, right? The actual session where the volumes actually spiked up, not the pre-market levels, because usually these are low probability, right? So I have these three levels marked out. So these three levels will be my TP levels on the hourly chart. Now, this is a key thing that people don't talk about, guys. This is something that like I realized is that you have to also understand what whole numbers are and incorporate them into your trading a lot. And what are whole psychological numbers? It's simply whole numbers like 363, 364, 365 on Tesla. If we're talking about AMD, 200 key level, 201 key level, 202 key level. Like there's some trades where I've taken a little breakout of a whole psychological number, and that was my trade. That was my setup was literally based off price action, aka a breakout of that key level, and I made 100%, 150%, right? Like that's how simple to understand trading can be. But you have to understand what levels are and how and what reaction you'll see around these levels, right? So this is just a how to market TPs level video. So let's not get too about that. But right, like we marked out these levels, and so what levels? Let me see. So this is a pre-market low, right? And guys, let me talk about one thing. Remember I talked about whole psychological numbers? A lot of these times, guys, these key levels will be very, very near these whole psychological numbers because they're key areas of liquidity, right? Look at this pre-market low, 363.02, which is pretty much 363. Previously low level 374.08, which is pretty much 374, right? Pre-market high, which is 376, which is literally whole number. So like I'm telling you, that's a secret sauce that you really kind of have to adapt and understand how to use properly, right? Maybe I'll make another video on that. But again, so the three levels I have marked out for the lower the liquidity for the lower the bearish scenario, right? Where these three levels, right? If you go back to the hourly chart, I marked out those three areas in the hourly chart, right? The bottom wick of this one, the bottom wick of this one, and the bottom wick of this candle right here, which is actually a little bit down, just a little bit down here, right? So those are three levels I am gonna have on an IO if I were to take shorts on Tesla, right? So these are three areas. So I just want you guys now to see these three levels, which I have marked out, and see if we had a reaction on these levels. I just want you to see for like 5 seconds. We'll look and see. Okay, That was 5 seconds pretty much, right? So we see a reaction right here, right? Strong break, retest of this level, right? We see strong buyer step up right here, strong green candle, right? But we end up next candle is immediately closing bearish again, which is a very bearish price action, by the way. If we see kind of a strong wick and then another kind of push down below the level, that's very bearish price action, right? And then again, the kind of final one we see is kind of price consolidate and end up just slowing down. So guys, these levels work very, very, very well. Like they work really well. Like like I can make this video 15 hours long and show you guys thousands of examples. They work so well, and like I'll pull up any ticker right now, and we can see price moving perfectly around these levels, right? We can see reaction around these levels every single time, right? So that was for the short scenario, right? So now let's go back to this photo I showed you guys earlier and talk about the upside scenario and kind of like rephrase what I talked about earlier, right? So when we're playing to the downside, we look for hourly candles, the bearish hourly candles, and more specifically the lows of the hourly candles, right? And for the upside, we're gonna look for the green candle hourly candles, and more specifically the top wick of the green candles, right? So if we want to play Tesla, right? For example, we want to play Tesla above pre-market high level, right? You want to play Tesla, somehow price was up there, you want to play it. So we're gonna like to this, we're like doing something like this, right? So we're within our level. So our final TP is for sure gonna be as previous high level, right? But like our levels between this 376 to this 381.26 previous close level, which will also be a TP level, right? We have a very big gap. So where do we expect price to also show reaction out of? So let me look back down, look for the nearest green kind of wick. So nope, not this one, not this one. Mm, yeah, this works. And guys, I'm not gonna. Okay, actually, I'll mark it out. But you guys see this candle works right here, so you can identify this really quickly, and you'll mark it out. But you have to understand something very quickly, guys. See this level right here, 376.95. That's pretty much 377. Like I'm just gonna mark out 377 at that point, you know. And like if we look at the higher time frame, we can see that 377 slash 376.95 area has strong buying and selling, strong buying, strong buying, rejections, right? Support. So like you have to understand these whole numbers pair extremely well with these levels. I need you guys to understand that. Like if you can understand that, you're gonna literally jump a year up ahead against everyone else. Like it's that important. So yeah, I mean there's no really nearby levels besides that one level. So that's the only kind of hourly level I would have marked up for the higher time frame. So if you were to take this trade right, damn, if you were to take this trade right and price was up here, like price did this, and then you took this right here, right, you would take out, you want to see a strong reaction at this area, take out, right, for sure some position up right here. And then because now you have no nearby levels, you just want to play out these whole psych numbers and also market structure, right? Market structure meaning fair value gap, order blocks, and also key levels, right? So you want to see a fair value gap hold right here, kind of a break, hold, break. You want to see that the momentum continue, and if momentum ends up breaking, then you can just cut your position, right? If we end up breaking market structure right here, which a fair value gap could be, right, then you could cut your position, right? There's a lot of options and things you can do, right? If you guys want more kind of information, you can watch my other videos, right? My trade recaps, I talk about that. I have many of those, but yeah, I think I talked about pretty much like what I kind of look for on the hourly charts and stuff, right? Um, yeah, I think that's the video, guys. If you guys have any questions, comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and also join the Discord. And if you guys want me to make other videos, comment down some suggestions, and I might do them, right? I might do them. But yeah, again, right? To be able to mark out your levels is very, very important, right? Um, like it honestly, in my opinion, is one of the biggest things you can do when you're trading because it really helps you maximize the ROI of your contracts, right? The most important thing in your trading is not your win rate, is not your is not your is not your win rate or not your risk to reward. It's your profit factor, right? It's how much money you lose to how much money you make. That's the most important thing. And this helps you increase that profit factor a lot because then you can maximize your contract's gain by understanding where liquidity is on the higher time frame. And these levels also work within the key levels. I just gave you examples outside of it, but when you're trading within range, right, especially when the range is really big, right, where we have like a what $7 difference between here, then you can also mark levels in between, right, to the upside as well, to the downside. This works on QQ, SPY, any tech name, any name with liquidity, right? This being able to understand how to read the higher time frame and mark levels, you're going to be above your peers automatically. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much the video. Um, yeah, yeah. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace.